Once there was a whale called Willie. He had a wonderful voice. He was such a good and powerful singer that he was asked to sing at a big theater in America. All the people clapped and cheered. Willie was famous, but Willie did not like city life. The loud noises, busy streets, and crowded spaces made him long for the vast, peaceful ocean. One day, he said goodbye to his friends and plunged into the deep blue sea, leaving behind the city's lights and applause. Back in the ocean, Willie felt alive. The waves welcomed him like an old friend, and the open water stretched endlessly before him. Willie sang wonderful songs that carried across the sea, and all the sailors enjoyed them. They clapped and cheered as Willie rolled over and sent up great waterspouts, the spray catching the sunlight in dazzling rainbows. He became a legend among the sailors, who often told tales of the singing whale to anyone who would listen. As winter approached, the weather grew colder and the sea began to freeze. Ice spread across the surface, creating dazzling patterns that sparkled in the sunlight. Willie launched himself into deeper waters where the waves still lapped to and fro, but the icy grip of winter was relentless. One morning, when he swam to the surface, Willie heard cries for help. "Save us! Save us!" Willie saw that the ice had trapped a ship. The sailors were shouting and waving to him, their vessel frozen in place. Willie threw himself against the ice, but it didn't budge. He tried again and again, but the ice was too thick. Exhausted and worried for the sailors, Willie paused and thought, "What can I do to help them?" He cried aloud. Then, like a flash of inspiration, an idea came to him. Willie began to sing with all his might. His grand voice rang out across the frozen sea. The sound was powerful, resonating deep into the ice. Crack, crunch. The ice began to shatter under the vibrations of his voice. Chunks of ice broke away, floating off into the open water. The sailors cheered as their ship was finally freed from the icy trap. "Hooray!" they cried. "Good old Willie." The sailors waved and shouted their thanks as they steered their ship toward safety. Willie watched them sail away, a warm glow of happiness filling his heart. He was delighted that he had left the city and come back to live in the sea. But Willie's adventures didn't end there. Word of his incredible voice and heroic deeds spread far and wide among the ocean's creatures. Whales, dolphins, seals, and even seabirds flocked to hear him sing. His songs became a beacon of hope and joy, bringing peace to the ocean's depths. One day, Willie encountered a family of sea turtles struggling against a strong current. They were exhausted and couldn't find their way to calmer waters. Willie sang a soothing melody that seemed to calm the waves and guide the turtles to safety. They thanked him with all their hearts, and Willie smiled, knowing he had made a difference. As the seasons changed and spring arrived, Willie noticed the ocean coming alive with new energy. The ice melted, the water warmed, and colorful coral reefs bloomed beneath the waves. Willie continued to sing, his voice a celebration of life and harmony. One quiet evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and gold, Willie met an old, wise whale named Magnus. Magnus had heard of Willie's voice and approached him with a question. "Willie, your songs are extraordinary, but do you know why they are so powerful?" Willie shook his head. "I just know I love to sing, and it seems to help others." Magnus smiled. "Your voice carries the soul of the ocean, Willie. It connects all who live here. Use it wisely, and you will bring harmony to our waters." Inspired by Magnus's words, Willie began teaching other whales to sing. Together, they created songs that echoed through the ocean, spreading messages of kindness and unity. Wherever he swam, Willie's melodies left the sea a little brighter, a little more joyful. Willie had once sung for applause in a grand theater, but now he sang for the love of the ocean and all its creatures. His voice became a part of the sea's eternal song, a melody that would never fade, carried on by the waves forever. As the years went by, Willie's reputation grew, not just among the creatures of the ocean, but also among humans who heard of the singing whale. Sailors passed down stories of Willie, the whale whose songs broke ice, calmed storms, and brought peace to the seas. Legends spread to distant lands, inspiring paintings, poems, and songs about the whale with a voice like no other. One day, while Willie was exploring a vast underwater canyon, he encountered a pod of young whales playing a game of chase. They were laughing and singing simple, joyful melodies. Willie smiled and joined in, his rich voice harmonizing with their playful tunes. The young whales, awestruck by Willie's powerful voice, begged him to teach them how to sing like he did. Willie agreed, and soon he was teaching not just the young whales but creatures of all kinds, dolphins, seals, even curious sea turtles, how to use their voices to communicate, tell stories, and express their emotions. Under his guidance, the ocean became alive with song. Different pods and species started creating unique melodies that blended into a grand underwater symphony. But Willie's voice was destined for more than music. One stormy night, as thunder cracked and waves crashed violently, a group of penguins found themselves stranded on a rocky island, unable to return to their nesting grounds. Willie heard their cries for help through the chaos of the storm. The currents were too strong for them to swim across safely, and the cliffs of the island were too steep to climb. Willie sang a low, steady tune, a grounding melody that seemed to calm the roaring waves. The waters began to settle around the island, as if the ocean itself were listening to Willie. Using his powerful tail, Willie created a gentle current that carried the penguins one by one to a safer shoreline. The penguins chirped their gratitude, and Willie sang a soft lullaby to reassure them as the storm passed. From that day forward, Willie realized that his voice wasn't just a gift for beauty but a tool for change. It could heal, guide, and bring creatures together in times of need. With this newfound purpose, Willie decided to embark on a journey across the world's oceans, spreading his songs to distant seas he had never seen before. His journey took him to warm tropical waters, where he discovered vibrant coral reefs teeming with life. He sang to the corals, and the reefs seemed to glow brighter in response. In colder waters, he met massive pods of orcas who challenged him to singing contests, their sharp, clicking songs blending with his deep, melodic tones. And in the darkest depths of the ocean, Willie encountered bioluminescent creatures who danced in sync with his songs, their lights creating patterns that mirrored his melodies. One day, Willie reached an ocean untouched by humans, a place of pristine beauty and harmony. There he met an ancient creature, a giant sea turtle named Aegis, who had lived for over 500 years. Aegis told Willie of a sacred place known as the ocean's heart, a legendary underwater cavern said to be the birthplace of all the sea songs. Many had tried to find it, but none had succeeded. Intrigued, Willie decided to search for the ocean's heart. He followed the whispers of the currents, the guidance of the stars, and the harmonies of the sea. Along the way, he encountered challenges, treacherous underwater caves, fierce storms, and mysterious creatures guarding secret passages. But Willie's songs opened doors where none existed, calming dangers and revealing hidden paths. At last, Willie reached the ocean's heart. It was a magnificent cavern, its walls encrusted with glowing crystals that pulsed with light. The entire cavern hummed with a gentle, ancient melody that seemed to resonate with the very soul of the ocean. Willie sang, and his voice merged with the cavern's song, creating a harmony so powerful it brought tears to his eyes. In that moment, Willie felt truly connected to the ocean, as if every wave, every current, and every living being were a part of him. The cavern gifted Willie with a final, powerful melody, a song that carried the essence of the ocean's unity and balance. Willie carried the song with him as he returned to the open sea. From then on, Willie's songs were more than melodies. They were a reminder of the ocean's beauty, strength, and harmony. He continued his journey, singing his heart out and inspiring creatures across the seas to protect and cherish their shared home. Willie's voice became a legend not just for what it could do, but for the hope and unity it inspired. And so, the singing whale's melodies echoed through the waves, forever a part of the ocean's eternal symphony.